It would suck if there was an AI robot that was like ridiculously funny. Just like you couldn't stand how funny they were.
I did nothing but like weed edibles for maybe a week straight. I stopped sleeping on the third day. Thought I was God. Dropped out of college and then decided to become a comedian full time. I don't know if I would have done that if I hadn't gone that deep.
And they say that drugs will ruin your life.
Dude, we're not fucking civilians. We're fucking heartless performers, like soulless.
Yes.
With sharks that fucking, when we smell blood, our eyes go black. We're just not normal people. I go home, I have a kid, I have a wife. It's not enough. I'm waiting for them to fall asleep. I can go do a fucking dirty ass open mic afterwards.
Yes. Oh, I thought you were talking about the show.
America is the Hollywood of the world. People haven't nuked us because we're entertaining.
Yeah. Welcome, everyone, to the OG Pod. Today, I have Victor Martinez from the Austin comedy scene. Do you add the junior or no?
Yes.
The reason that came to mind is I saw your Instagram handle got changed.
Yeah.
Tell us about that fiasco.
Okay. When did Instagram come out? Like 2012?
Yeah.
Something like that?
Time.
I had one of the first ones. So my Victor Martinez Jr. didn't even have like any underscores or nothing special. I had probably one of the first Victor Martinez Jr.'s. And I fucked it up because I'd post like memes, memes get you going, weed stuff. And that's ultimately what got it taken down, I believe.
Weed?
Yeah, because I was advertising for my show. I did paid ads.
Hi Tonight in Austin.
The Hi Tonight show. Tonight,
Wednesday
night at the Creek in the Cave.
Hell yeah. 10 p.m.?
10 p.m. Yeah. Last time we said it was 10 and we ended up fucking filming at like midnight. So hopefully that doesn't happen tonight. I don't think it will. But yeah, I did advertising and I don't know what I'm doing. So I just said it. I was like, the widest reach possible at the biggest, I don't know. So we had advertisers. So, I had a little bit of a budget. And so I put like $100.
Oh,
and
that's how
and just get everybody. And
so and like when there's money involved, that's when they crack down.
First
maybe.
They demonetize you,
and
then they give you all types of warnings. And specifically, I think it's like the sentence of getting high. It's like of all the things you can do is you're not supposed to tell people to do drugs. I think that's like what they said word for word. So like that was a big issue, and then it was gone. Then one day I went to log in, it was gone.
Was that recent or?
Yeah, not too long ago.
A couple months. Something
yeah, like probably about 2-3 months now. And I had already had, so in LA I did the garage mic.
Yeah. And
I took so many pictures at that. It's an open mic I ran out of my garage, and it got some notability in the area because it was like one of the few grungier mics in the Hollywood scene. And
I saw a little bit in your interview that you did recently. Now I can't remember.
Oh yeah, I've done. It's fun, man. A lot of people talk to me about that. That like word of that mic got all the way out here to Texas. And
the garage mic.
Yes.
Cool.
And then I met a few people who were interested whenever I was doing it about doing like a little mini documentaries, and a documentary came out in Finnish television, a Finnish television news channel. I mean, one of the bigger ones in Finland ran a story about, I guess they were doing a segment on April Fool's Day, and one of their comedians came and performed at the garage. And so, like, all right, I'm happy to hear about all that. Where was I going with this?
Well, so, like, they didn't tell you why you got banned. Well, yeah.
Exactly. So, and so I had already had the Garage Mic Instagram. And I had already a lot of my friends on there. So I just, as soon as Victor Martinez Jr. was gone, I just moved everything over that I could. But they cut you off. I don't know if this ever happened to you, man. They cut you off. Like, you don't even have access to the photos you put on there. I'm a father. I got baby pictures on there for my son that I'm never going to get back now.
No way.
Pisses me off.
No way.
Like, okay, maybe I'm not allowed to post to your platform, but you have no right to fucking hold my photos hostage.
Yeah.
On some fucking server somewhere.
In fact, that should be part of the process is you get an archive of all your data.
I bet there is. I just don't know.
There might be. There's probably a way to recover it, actually.
I bet you, and hopefully someone hears about it. But yeah, I'm hoping to get enough clout.
So you got like an email from Facebook that just said like it's gone and no citing of a community guideline, or
they're like, to a certain extent they just said, hey, we warned you, because I got a lot of warnings. I knew it was coming. Who
else did this happen to recently? Maybe it was Audrey Scott.
Everyone funny that I know, it happens to. Anyone who's a little got some real.
The memes are a little too dank.
Yeah,
for Facebook.
Yeah, dude, it's a good sign. That's one of those things of you've been banned. That's a badge of honor, being banned. Dreams, yes, good weed. I cut this myself.
Is that backwoods wrap?
This right here is a Swisher. I always do purple Swishers. They always remind me of high school.
There you go.
Yeah, anytime I go to 7-Eleven, it's the grape.
You were cooler than me in high school.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I wasn't doing drugs. I wasn't doing drugs.
No.
No.
Yeah, well, that's good, man.
I think I saw weed once in 8th grade.
You saw it?
Yeah.
Is that what you said?
Yeah.
I think
One time.
I saw weed.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I knew what weed smelled like before I knew it was weed.
Really?
Yeah, because my older sister would smoke, and her boyfriend's house would always smell like that. And I'm like, I kind of liked it. I even before anything, I knew what getting high was. I'm like, this is just kind of nice.
I have always enjoyed the smell of weed.
Yeah, I don't know why people think it's funky or whatever. I'm like, it's got layers. I feel like a connoisseur.
If you've smoked and then you get into an Uber, did they ever say anything to you? Yeah. So what did they say?
It's usually so fresh that they think I'm smoking in their car.
Yeah.
They're like, are you smoking back there?
Yeah. Well, I always feel bad then.
I smell like this. Everything I do, everything is soaked in it. Yeah. I feel bad for my kid. Sometimes he smells like me.
Well, hopefully it follows in your footsteps. So you've been in comedy for 7 years or what? Longer?
I'm on my 10th year now.
10th year, dude. That's awesome.
I started in 2012.
Congrats.
I had been performing in high school. I did improv stuff. But full on from my first open mic till now has been 10 solid years. From a couple months ago, I actually recorded my first time. It's somewhere on YouTube that I don't have access to.
Also for bank memes.
It's very findable.
Okay.
Victor Martinez Jr. first time, something like that. And then I'm wearing a sweater. I went on. All right, this is fun. I went on for 10 minutes. It was my first time. And for some reason, the host didn't like me. And I was just talking about Adele and porn. And it was at a coffee shop in Arlington, Texas. And then the guy gets up on after me and he starts singing about Jesus. And it turns out it was a Christian folk song open mic night.
Hell yeah.
Not a comedian open mic night. And I was going in, dude.
So. You made those guys see the devil.
Yeah. I don't know what they were thinking. I don't know why they let me go on that long. It was hilarious.
They're probably terrified of you. They were
I made him want to cry or something. He just started singing about Jesus. I'm like, this is not the open mic. That's a very broad term now that I think about it. Anybody can go up there and start rapping or doing poetry.
Yeah, that's the cool thing about an open mic.
Yeah, and you know what? I always encourage that. Anytime I host a mic, I'm like, I like to break up the monotony and just bring up somebody who's going to do something interesting.
What are your favorite places to work out here? Not Creek, because everyone loves Creek.
Yeah, Creek's awesome. My favorite places, I always liked, Buzzmill is cool because it was open really late, and I like that dude. Forgot his name.
You have a Mueller mic. You have I've never been to that. I have to go to that. You do it on Saturdays?
Yeah, when I feel like it, man. Okay. It's been a while. For a while there, I did it good. I was every fucking week. And then I lost my car, and then I started getting busier on Saturdays.
And it got colder.
It got colder, and then they have events there a lot. But there was a time where I was doing really good there. And it was great, and people were coming. Oh, shit. We even got to film that Netflix show that was going around at the time, 20-somethings Austin. So they filmed a bit.
Oh, I wanted to apply to that, actually.
Yeah.
I want to do a reality TV show if anybody wants to get me in there. Hook it up.
It's very possible. That's what we're going for, man.
That'd be cool.
Fucking Netflix. All these streaming services, they want stuff like that.
Did you see Squid Game was doing a reality TV show?
Really?
I came this close to applying. Yeah.
I would do it, dude.
I didn't even see the series. I was just let's just go have fun. Let's just do something wild
good show.
And crazy. I know. I couldn't see it because everyone liked it too much.
Watch it with the subtitles in the original language.
Maybe I can now that enough time has passed. But I think the price is $4.5 million or whatever. It's a pretty good prize.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, there's that, or you could make that in 2 videos on YouTube. Not really. Nobody can. Like Mr. Beast can, right? He's the only one.
Those guys that build huts.
Some people figured out. Oh, yeah. I love those guys, actually.
I was just watching a thing about them. Yeah. They're fake.
No.
Dude.
No, don't tell me that.
There was an original who's like ironically a white guy, and like an Australian that started it, the trend. But a lot of the other ones are just people that film like segments of them doing work and then just doing the rest with tools.
Damn it.
And like what's worse is that they're doing it for money.
They got me.
And they abandon those little fuck ass mud huts that they build. They leave them there, and they leave a bunch of like plastic and the bullshit that they use to build that stuff.
So the whole thing is bullshit?
So it's like negative. It's like worse.
Damn.
It's actually
yeah,
bad
they're like
for
harming the environment and
they don't
not
use
actually building a cool pool or whatever.
Yeah, it's sad.
They look so relaxing though.
I know. It makes me feel like
how much you want to hang out at one of those pools.
They're really they make little fucking mud huts better than my apartment.
Yeah, seriously. I could live there. You get like Starlink, get me a fan. I'll be fine. I need electricity and the internet. What are your requirements for being a human? I'll give you mine first, just for example.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so we need air, we need water. Those are required.
Internet.
Sleep, internet, cell phone.
I take internet over sleep.
Yeah, but like the sleep's going to happen, so okay, I won't say snacks. Huh? Yeah.
A place to shit.
Yeah, a place to shit. What kind of snacks?
Oh, I like chocolate.
Yeah.
I like chocolate. I like pecans. I like dark chocolate.
What snacks can I not live without? Chips.
Some crunchy shit.
Yeah.
Things that are crunchy, granola, stuff like that.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, 10 years in comedy. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's an impressive number, double digits.
I'm pretty happy about it. Now I'm starting to really think about what I want to do for my first special. I want to drop like a mixtape, like an EP in like 35, 45 minutes. It would be an hour-long experience, but like tight as hell, just a representation of what I've been working on for the past decade, and then just like a big blowout, like do a little mini tour leading up to it. And then I haven't picked a spot yet, but like I want to do like a full release. I want to do cassettes, vinyl, CDs, motherfucking.
That's a really good idea. And also, what's cool about filming a special is I bet that unlocks specials. So it probably is like so difficult to get to the point where you can film one special. But as soon as you can film one, you can film 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. And
it's hard.
Get into a rhythm of producing content, and then you can draw the line and you can say, okay, it's like a season of a TV series. Like this special represents this segment of time. Here's what I was thinking about over these years. Mm-hmm. And then, But do you feel like, are you going to bring back material from 10 years ago to make sure it gets captured? That's cool.
Yeah, and I've been doing that. I've been listening back, and I've been like reading back. I don't take too many notes. I don't write a lot. I don't write word for word. Some people are very like, they damn near put a script out, and all I do is put bullet points and fuck around with the topic for like months. But I've been going back over just like old ideas and looking at them with how maturely, everything I've been going on since then. Mm-hmm. And it's funny how like something that was simple back then, like now I'm a different person. I'm the same person saying it, but like it means something way different to me. I'm delivering it way different. The funnier parts to me reflect in the audience, like the punchlines have changed. It's the same story, but like, I found different parts to talk about it. Stuff like that. Because
your life has changed. Like now you're a father, and how old, I mean, we don't have to like go into any of that, but like I know, yeah.
My son River is 6. He's a Thanksgiving baby. He just celebrated his 6th birthday.
Is that a thing, Thanksgiving baby?
Well, he was born on Thanksgiving.
Oh, really? That day, the 24th?
Yeah.
Wow.
In 2016 in Los Angeles. And there you go. The same day Fidel Castro died.
What do we think about that?
My son is a reincarnation. He's white. He's a dictator. He could have it in him. I'm proud of him, by the way.
He probably has a little bit still in there.
But like, so that happens every 5 or 6 years. So it landed again on Thanksgiving a couple days ago. He got 2 cakes. Nice. We got 2 different Thanksgiving dinners. We were all very thankful. It was nice.
So it cycles because Thanksgiving is the last Thursday of
the
every month?
24th isn't always the Thursday.
Huh.
So Thanksgiving is always the last Thursday or whatever, the third Thursday.
Who comes up with this stuff?
Yeah.
Like the Native Americans. I was gonna say the Indians. Holy shit, that would have been so bad.
No, yeah, Native Americans and Pilgrims. Did that ever happen?
No, I don't think any of that ever happened. None of that happened. All that is bullshit. We basically just conquered and took over the land, and we didn't even do that. We just brought polio, and then took credit for it.
Man, oh man. I want to go see. I mean, the new Wakanda movie.
Oh yeah, I would see.
Right, because they got a lot of like original, like Native American Aztec shit. That's all.
Those Marvel movies are candy, man.
I'm happy that they did that. I've been hearing some stuff, but. Thank you. Oh, look at that. That's gonna look cool on camera, like a connection.
Yeah. Those Marvel movies are friggin' candy.
Yeah, you eat that up?
Dude, they're so visually appealing.
Oh, yeah.
And the things that they do with special effects and the compute power. So a little tangent of everything we've been talking about is how much compute power has grown from Apple. Like, have you seen these new chips they're coming out with, Apple Silicon?
What do they do?
They're like layered vertically. So you can basically stack processors now infinitely. So like compute speed, as far as I can tell, there's just no limits. So when Apple came out with like their new architecture, the silicon architecture, they announced like, what were the numbers? I don't know. It was like, it was on par with what was out there. But what was cool is it was lower energy. But then on the next version, they doubled it. And on the one after that, they doubled it again. And now you can get like a 128 core computer. And I'm pretty sure that they just built an architecture that can infinitely scale vertically and, you know, in all of its processing units.
So when you apply that to how you use a computer.
Yeah.
That increases the speed of the computer?
A ton. So like render time. So if you want to create a YouTube video, you want to do some edits on it, export it. How long does the export take is going to be determined by your processing power.
So if it gets to the point where, all right, you click on something that's supposed to take a long time and it's just instantly done. And it's as
exactly.
fast as,
that's what
it's as fast as thought.
That's right? Where we're headed. Like that's where we're headed.
I mean, so however fast it takes for like, you know, the brain to fucking transfer. Process. Yeah. You know, that's clocked, right? How fast does a human think compared to a computer?
I think it is clocked. I think it was something like, I don't know. There's something around 33 milliseconds.
I think computers are already faster, aren't they? Or something like that?
Well, computers are infinitely faster. They're just way dumber.
Right.
You know, like they got to be told everything.
Okay. So no matter how much processing you can get down, it's never going to get like smarter than a human. No matter how fast it is.
Well, unless it's artificial intelligence. I don't know.
Okay, but even that, like, okay, because artificial, all right, what? It could be turned off still, right? Just like a person. I mean, I never bought into it.
Well, what do you think? Do you think that humans will ever create a computer that can like be considered to be alive, like the movie Her?
I believe that you can make a computer that thinks it's a person, that thinks like a person, but it would already have to have been a person that existed, right? So they show that in movies all the time. Like it's usually you could recreate somebody that existed, so you could talk to. That's what Her, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was hilarious. Yeah. You ever seen that one?
Her?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I was so pissed at that guy because I was like in love with that robot, and I was like, why didn't he just ask to become an AI?
Dude,
it's so obvious.
He bought a girlfriend, like he bought a robot girlfriend, and she cheated on him with a more interesting robot. Like it's hilarious.
With like a million of them, though, right?
Yeah.
Seems like that's how it's going to be. We're all going to upload our consciousness into the Matrix, and then we're going to bury that in a super cooled cube in the middle of the earth and live there for a million years. I think that was Terrence McKenna, who I'm quoting from in that regard. I don't know. I don't know who said that. Maybe it was Alan. It might have been Alan Watts. No, that doesn't. Who was that? Super cooled cube in the middle of the earth.
It sounds like him.
It's not my idea. I don't know where I got it.
Sounds just about right. God damn.
Yeah. Could have been Carl Sagan even. So, yeah, what do you think about AI? Do you think it's possible for, like, did you hear about the Lambda bot?
Is that the one that killed people?
It was Google, and they had a chat bot that, like, one of the Google engineers thought was alive.
Yeah. Okay. So that was on it was like a random podcast that had him on.
Uh,
I think like your
Tom
mom's
Segura
house.
interviewed him.
Yeah, your
Yeah.
mom's house. Yeah. They were
Yeah.
like, yeah. He was like,
Yeah. No, that
we
was
have a
great.
robot that's alive, and they're like, oh yeah, check out this butthole video.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Oh, it was a great.
They
I
were
mean,
really like expanding on the idea.
Yeah,
because
I-
you know their podcast, like they just show people fucking getting hurt or they talk some crazy shit, and then they do promos for their next shows coming up. But they had a real ass, like that guy was.
that just shows the diversity in comedy. Like, you know.
They just barely just wiped right over. Like, okay, you know, a computer. You have a friend who's a computer. All right. Anyways, thanks for coming to our podcast.
Yeah, I mean, I
crazy.
think that guy took it a little far, thinking that AI was actually alive. Like, it didn't even
No.
seem that. I don't know. I read it.
Yeah.
I read the whole thing. It didn't seem like that crazy. Well, it was crazy in that it just showed how much progress is happening. So, I'm a tech guy. There's a ton. I'm an entertainer, hopefully.
Yeah.
But my background is in tech,
Okay.
and there is a ton of progress happening in natural language processing. A ton, very quickly. I'm so parched.
I know there's some good stuff right here, man.
So like one of like the big advances in AI technology has been, I can't quite recall, but there's like a level up in these neural nets.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, like how would you describe AI?
Something that could what? Make its own choices or think it's making its own choices?
Yeah, so how it works is you feed it a bunch of data and
Yeah.
then you have it like have a goal, and you're like, you have this algorithm that's trained to recognize a spoon in a photo, and then you have a human kind of like providing some input, and it's like, I think this is the spoon. It's like yes, no, and then they get better and better over those iterations. Now the training data, like the AIs are training themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a big leap forward that I don't fully understand, but I know it's significant.
It just because it's more complicated, but is that what makes?
I don't know. Yeah,
intelligence-
I
is
can't
that
tell how
is
far
that
we are.
Intelligence is complication.
No,
You know, like,
intelligence
we
is
are
simplicity.
complicated.
Intelligence is
As a
simplicity.
person, I got a lot of shit to deal with,
Yeah.
but I don't think that's what makes me an intelligent being.
Well, basically, I would want to be an AI, and I'm ready to get uploaded.
no,
You don't think so?
Want to? Fuck that. No.
Are you going to be an organic?
Let me
You'll live with the
die.
organics.
Let
You
me
wanna
die.
Well,
Bury me at the base of a tree.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude. Oh man, I want to keep it going. Fucking
You
go
like the
back.
finitude, like you
get-
like the constraint.
Yeah, man. Even if, because I don't believe that it would be me. It would be a computer that's very confused, and that's sad. And then it
Oh,
would
the
be
AI,
anyone-
right?
Yeah,
Well,
and
do you
like-
think it'd be confused?
Yeah, because
Why?
it thinks it's me. Okay, so what? You think you're me? You aren't. You still aren't. Because you're a computer. You just weren't. You're an impression. You're a picture. But
Right.
past the point of like what? Okay, so I upload into a computer today, and then that computer.
But as that computer begins to gain more experiences and and integrates those experiences with all of its existing understanding, it's almost like you take a snapshot of a model,
Yeah.
and then it just evolves over time.
it wouldn't. It would.
Oh, well, I think
Okay,
that's
so
the
like
idea of
the best
general
example
AI,
is
that-
if we both existed, right? If I didn't die, you take a snapshot of me, so boom, there's two of me.
yeah, right.
We're not gonna make right there at that moment.
That's the
not-
division.
we're- It's gonna start doing its own shit.
Exactly. Yeah.
Fuck my wife.
Right. Right. Well, now, what if there was some super advanced technology that let you exist in the same mind, in the same body, multiple bodies at the same time?
We wouldn't all do the same shit.
Yeah,
And
but
that- and that's the
but what
thing,
if the
so
same
it's like-
mind was controlling multiple bodies simultaneously? Like that should be possible with enough processing power.
And it is, but it would always be an impression of what a person would have done, of what I would have.
So you don't think that AIs can ever be smarter than people?
Smarter, yeah, but they'll never be like
Alive.
alive.
Okay, so
natural.
right. So there's like something
Yeah,
about the
like,
human natural animal
Like
that gives it a
we
lot of
built
power.
You're just an impression of what we are. If monkeys could do it, like these computers would look all, I don't know, they would just look different. I don't know.
But that's all of nature. All of nature is conserving novelty. you know, like it's anything that works gets saved because it's an evolution and it's new technology. And so it's kind of like if you look at this, you know, like the history of the universe. I don't know how much you think about this stuff.
Oh yeah,
but do you think about it? Well,
yeah, anyway, I think about the universe now. You know, where we are, man. We're not even like, you know, we're supposed to be like, okay, what? We see the same stars, so we think we're like stable. We're fucking following the sun.
Well, it's just moving. You have all of these different systems out there. You have the stars, and then they got planets rotating around them, and then those are like rotating around black holes, and all that's like shooting off into space in all directions, and it's all expanding. There's a lot of stuff moving around.
And we just hitched a ride to one of those fuckers in one direction.
Well, I guess the point that I'm making, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. Yeah. What was the point? That nature is conserving novelty. Yeah, we're deep in there. That nature is conserving novelty, basically. And any system that is an improvement in an efficiency and more productive and somehow more useful and better will be saved. And I think that that's the progress of the civilization of humanity, of our species. You know, everything is building and stacking. And so two monkeys bang together a rock and they get a spark or wood and whatever. They figure out fire. Then like they're talking and now we can speak. And then they start writing shit down and now they can remember. And then they start passing out books and now we can all read. And the internet and social media and Neuralink, like it's moving quick. And all that is being accumulated. And now we're at this point of like unbelievable accumulation where it's hard to imagine where that accumulation is going to bring us. But we know it's going to bring us somewhere very quickly, you know, unless the world ends. That's the only other option.
That's why they
is the apocalypse.
Say, like, it's already brought us there, and we're just experiencing it again, and the simulation, all that stuff.
Yeah,
lots of fun, huh?
I don't know. I think about this stuff. I think about it. Yeah,
it's hard. I do, and then
these robots are gonna fuck us when they wake up. They're gonna eat humanity.
Oh man, did you see the new Matrix? That was good.
I didn't actually.
Man,
wait, maybe I did. Maybe I did actually.
The very newest.
Yeah, Matrix 4. I did see that. That's and then I watched all of them, and I think the reason I said I didn't is because the first one is so much better than all of the others. That there's only one Matrix.
It's wild.
That first one's so good.
They were brothers when they made it, and now they're sisters. It's crazy. Just like things change so fast, and like
tell us everything. I don't know any of that. Yeah.
The same. This is different, but they're different. The Wachowskis. Yeah, but they're good. They're so fucking brilliant.
So they're trans now, or what?
You didn't know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I honestly didn't know who made it, but
the Wachowski brothers.
They're awesome. Whoever made it
wrote and
obviously.
Directed The Matrix, and then it's not. And then it's Wachowski. Huh? They didn't write it. Oh, you would know. And now they're both sisters. They did transition, and now
they
but
both
only
transitioned. Did they fuck each other? What the hell? What's happening?
I don't know. They were brothers.
How did they both transition? Like, well, why did they both transition? I don't know anything about any of these people. I respect them to the max for Matrix, obviously.
they're good.
Like,
they're good directors.
Yeah, their minds are incredible. Whatever they're doing is the right thing. They see the future. They're like probably already going into the Matrix. Yeah, they're just going deeper into the Matrix.
I mean, they choose their avatars, and
yeah, there you go, boom. But weird that they chose that they both wanted the other. You know,
I wonder who switched first. I don't pay close enough attention, but
that's a good question. And the time distance between would be also
but it was good. It was a good movie.
Maybe
I watched it like right when it came out. I think that was when I was paying for HBO.
I don't think I can get over the fact that the two people who created The Matrix are both now transgenders.
You didn't know that? I'm sorry. I didn't want to burst your bubble.
It's not burst.
So you're gonna watch those movies, and that's all you can think about.
I think trans is interesting.
Yeah.
I'm trying to understand it. Yes.
People think I'm trans all the time.
They what?
People think I'm trans all the time.
They
I swear.
think you're trans, really?
They don't
You're
know
not-
which way I'm going sometimes, especially in LA. They're like, "What are you though?" And I was like, "Well, I'm a pretty man, you know."
I'm a pretty man.
No, yeah, I get lesbian, but not out here as much. Not out here as much.
Yeah, trans are interesting.
Good for them. Whatever makes you comfortable.
Do you think there's going to be another one? Is there going to be like animal? Like you find a way to like grow fur from some new gene editing?
There already is. There already is animal people. Yeah. Oh yeah.
And what type of animal people might we see? Did you ever
There's
read
cats? There's
what was it,
cats.
Animorphs?
There's they call them animal kin. There's wolf people. They take it very seriously. Oh my god, some of them
I've
don't
heard
even
of
get
that.
out of their suits.
But that's like a sex thing.
Some of them like change their teeth.
Isn't that like a sex cult or whatever?
I don't know. It might be the future. Honestly, I'll tell you. I'm not too scared to say it. I've been talking about it on stage. My son is attracted to ponies. Yep. He talks about it. He's 6 now, and at that age, I was thinking about girls. He wants to take one on a date.
A pony?
A purple cartoon pony. He's got a major crush on. Anytime she comes on TV, he blushes and hides behind the couch.
Really?
And he says, and like he loves his mom.
that's
He's a
adorable.
mama's boy. He's like, Mom, I love you, but I also love like Purple Princess Pony. Like, I'm sorry, Mom. Like, he's like, I want to marry her. I'm sorry, Mom. He's like really like sad about it.
That's funny.
It's like, wow, what are you gonna do? I support him. I'm gonna be a pony grandfather.
A pony grandfather.
I've thought about it, dude. All right, so what are they gonna do? Simulations, right? He could put on a hat and have a whole pony family and just be a happy person.
Would you accept him still?
Yeah,
You'd have to
like,
like have
just-
hay around. Like
I'll
you'd
tell
have to
him,
be
like,
picking up shit.
I'd be
Like are they gonna? They don't have hands. They can't clean
whatever
up
makes
after
you
themselves.
happy, just like get a job and do
Pull
whatever
in
you
the
gotta
cart.
do. Go outside sometimes, look at the sun. But if you really,
Oh, it's very supportive.
you love a pony, you love a pony, man.
You probably make anyway.
Don't hurt nobody. That's all.
There you
That's all anyone I ever knew cared about was like just be happy and don't hurt nobody.
That is funny though that kids can like be so imaginative.
Yeah, man. What's the closest thing I had to that age? I mean, I found several cartoons attractive. Like, okay.
I think so. Oh, when I was a really young kid, I can tell you one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe you didn't see it. Robin Hood. The cartoon. That fox was hot. Or I don't know.
The Robin Hood, the male.
Yeah,
the
like
fox?
Miriam or
Yeah,
whoever he goes after. Robin Hood.
Yeah, Robin Hood. The main character is hot.
Yeah, he's a fox who doesn't look so bad himself. That green thing.
Wow. I got to see that.
Yeah. Miriam.
You'll edit this later. It'll just pop up. But I got to imagine. I don't know. Foxes are kind of like slick.
Maybe.
Man.
I'll go and I'll look it up and I'll see if how right I was as a kid.
Who else? There are hot cartoons. I can't remember any right now. Okay, watching Ed, Edd and Eddy. Yeah, that blonde chick.
Ed and Eddie. I don't remember that. I made a video game website or a game once called Ranked, and the idea was that you could just like compare 2 different things and say what one you liked more. And one of them was Disney princesses,
Oh,
which was
yeah.
kind of like funny. And who always won? I think it was Mermaid, but then that was always creepy because anyway. Yeah.
I'd smash. What she can sing.
Oh,
or
there's a
whatever.
new one. Have you seen it?
Okay, so is it out?
I don't know actually.
Because I've
Might not
heard
be
that
out.
like the trailer's out. People were talking about it already. It's a Black Mermaid. Awesome. I'm happy for them. But yeah, I don't know. I will watch it.
Now they have to make every race.
Yeah, I want a Mexican mermaid.
Yeah.
Should be kind of chubby. Eats hot Cheetos.
I don't know Mexican culture. Tamales? What can I say?
Yeah. Man, oh man.
Yeah.
Dude, this is a big ass TV.
Yeah. So it's an ad for the Tonight Show starring Victor Martinez.
Yeah,
So
dude.
check
It's a
it
lot
out.
like this, but I have like musical guests and performances and shit. And like, I don't know. I don't give as in-depth interviews. They're much just like, there's just those short little 5-minute things. I like doing it though.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. Thank you for letting me smoke on here, man. This is such a nice place.
Oh yeah. No, like it's totally cool. And so what are all of our threads? I mean, I'm still stuck on AI. I don't think I can ever get unstuck on that.
Well, where do we land on that? So you believe in
You want
it?
to shit on Austin comedy for a little bit? Or
Yeah?
okay. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, a little bit.
Shit.
Hell yeah. Let's go.
Is this like tea? What are we doing?
I don't know.
All
Just
right,
what
you
like let's
start.
complain.
All right. Let's go. Let's go.
We need better shows. We need better shows, and we need them to be attended by big audiences. And it seems like there is a high opportunity of audiences with shows. How do we get them together?
It looks like they're happening a lot. I mean, the Vulcan's putting together a good chunk of people on a good consistency, and like the Creek is, they got something going on pretty much every weekend.
So this is something I want to ask you was how do you can you talk to us about putting on a show and what it takes to like create a good show? Like one of the things that I would be interested in doing next year would be putting on a show and finding a way to make that on YouTube as well, like a recorded show.
My number
That's
one
a big
rule,
goal. It's a big thing. So I'm just,
I host stuff, right? So I always want to put on a show that I'd want to go see. That was the number one thing. Like before anyone else, before like, oh, this person might think that's cool. It's like it's something I'd want.
Right.
And that's it. And that like you just move forward from there. Like I'd want to see this, and that and you stay true to that. Not to anyone else's idea but yours. Like I just want to see this show, and you believe that. Like I'd sit down to watch this. I'd pay money to see this. That's the type of shit you put on.
That's a really good idea, actually. But like technically speaking, like how do you promote it and how do you like get audiences
from
there?
Every angle. You look at people who are doing it already, that are doing it like how you'd want to, and you ask them politely, what do you do?
Yeah.
Especially if you have access to them. Like how do you do this? Or maybe you don't even ask, but you just pay attention to how they do it. And then you just like try to structure what you got going on like in that direction. Like just do that.
Do you
follow
think
those footsteps in your own impression?
Yeah.
But it's hard to do it all. Takes a whole team. Like,
well, in order for me to do a show, I would need to find partners.
Yeah,
basically.
like what you got going on here with just you.
Yeah,
It'd
but
take
I
me
mean,
to
this
like
is
10 dudes.
well, I mean, this is accumulation.
This is
I've built
amazing,
this
man.
up. Well,
Fuck
thank
yeah.
you.
Yeah. So, and this is what you can do alone, and that's it. And so imagine you say like half a person next, like just fucking stack on top of that.
Yeah.
Some shit going on. Takes
Yeah.
a village.
Yeah, and that is what we need in Austin.
And it's happening.
Yeah, it is happening.
This is ground level shit.
Yeah,
They've been
that's
talking
true.
about it, but
It's just
it's
now
hard
starting.
to look at things this size because we're so close to it. But we're at the it's like being in Hollywood in the 60s or something.
Yeah,
Really.
seriously.
Like, and the comedy store is the Creek, and like all these other fucking pillars are popping up.
Yeah.
And people have been saying it over and over again. But I like to say it. Whenever Rogan's Club opens, it's going to be like 6 major comedy clubs in a city that used to be fucking 100% music for the past, how long has Austin been around? It was a fucking music
It's
city.
been a scene forever.
And all it ever had was Cap City. That was it. Now it's going to have 6 of those. Major ones, big ones, like ones that pay attention to shit that actually want like...
Yeah.
That put major people on.
I think we need many more. Not many, but like 3 more would be nice. And they all need to be hangs, and they got to have some kind of, I don't know. If I was able to make a place out here, like what would your ideal comedy venue look like? Have you ever thought about that? Like if you were to buy a building instead of
like a mixture between like a cannabis store and a comedy place.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
I'm already there.
Like, the attention that people pay to bars, it would be pretty much that for weed. So, you'd have like bongs that you could rent out or whatever for the night and like smoke different stuff, and like your bud tender would be able to load you up, and
Did you ever go to that weed bar in LA?
Yeah. They had a weed bar. They had a fucking a weed
That place
restaurant.
on Sunset that was like sponsored by or not owned by. It was
like a
owned by
cow.
Lowell Farms.
Huel. Yeah. They had really classy little smokes. I like their things because you'd pop them open, and they had matches that came with the little pre-rolls.
Yeah, that was the best part. Yeah,
That
you
was
got a pre-roll with matches. Lowell's fucked it up though because
classy.
their old package used to be like 20 smokes, and they were like these nice thin, like smokes that you could just like enjoy one in 5 minutes. I don't know. I can't remember. Now it's like 4 like weird things, and it's like $50, and they ruined it.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of opportunity for weed companies out there if anyone wants to get in the game. Welcome to the OG Pod, where we do drugs on the internet. So I can't ever go back to work in tech again now, I guess.
Oh yeah, nah, man. You're
Maybe.
fine. You just
What do you think of can we talk about, well, what do you want to talk about? I got Twitter, I got FTX, I got crypto. I got a lot of shit rolling around.
Crypto is dead, huh? I keep
Fucked
waiting for fucking Bitcoin to come back up. I made like $60 off of it when it was popping. And in the middle of pandemic, like I made like, what was it? I made a couple hundred off of what was it? AMC. That was fun. All little things like that. AMC. It's interesting. I mean, I know it doesn't count as crypto, but it was my introduction to all that kind of thing because like it was through Cash App, who sells Bitcoin.
Those were the last party days of crypto, of like the free money world.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't regulate it even. They didn't know how to tax it quite yet. And
we got some good news though today from Jerome Powell. Can I speak directly to him? Do you know who that is? The Federal Reserve head?
I was going to say, sounds familiar. What did he say?
He basically controls the money printer, and he hinted that the money printer might come back on soon enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Yeah. Well, it's good for stocks, but I think we're fucked for a long time because there's got to be certainty on the war in Ukraine and inflation, and like everyone just went through a crazy time. So I said this in the beginning of the pandemic, and I still think it's true. I think what everyone should be doing is trying to produce as much as they possibly can. Like, you shouldn't go home. That's insane. Lockdowns, that's insane. What do you do in a crisis? You produce as much as you can, valuable things. Like, that's the only way to get out of, like, okay, so there's kind of like this aphorism or phrase or something where losers always lose. And why is that? It's because it's really difficult to do more with less. And the only way to get out of a downward spiral is to somehow be able to pull something out of nothing anyway. But people do it all the time. And that's like the whole invisible hand of capitalism is based on that, producing something from nothing. And so I think that's what everybody needs to do is produce as much as possible all of the time. Like, I really think there's something fucked up with our culture when people talk about how they don't appreciate hard work. Like, one of the things I remember is a comment from the Jenners about DJ Khaled or whatever. This was back in the day. And she had some snarky comment to say that was like, he works so hard. And or another way to think about it, actually, this is a better way to think about it. You ever hear this expression, try hard?
I don't think so.
It's like something you say to people in video games. So like if you must have actually maybe encountered this. Have you played in many games?
Whenever, let's see, I play Modern Warfare. Like I like.
Yeah. So like if somebody's like tried way too hard at Modern Warfare, it's like, chill the fuck out, dude. Like, why are you trying to max out your kill to death ratio? Just relax.
And they call them try hard.
And yeah, it's a try hard.
Oh, okay.
And I get that sentiment, especially in like a video game, but in life, obviously, because it's limited, to your point, we should all be trying as hard as we can, especially if you know that your time is limited.
Shit.
That's what I think.
I feel that.
Do you?
I mean,
is that a true thing, or is that like an ideal that is not really attainable?
You never feel like you're doing as much as you can be doing. I never feel like, I feel like I could be trying harder, like setting my own, like, I don't know.
Yeah, right. There's more we can
Compare.
always
That's whenever
do.
you start
Yeah.
comparing, maybe.
But the comparison should always just be done with yourself.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
You're supposed to have blinders on, right?
Totally.
But then it's fun to hate. it's fun to sit
hate,
down and compare, like, oh, why does he got
especially
that?
when somebody really fucks up. And
Oh, yeah.
and so that's just part of life. And what was I going to say? It's fun to hate. What were we talking about right before that?
Bitcoin?
No, don't. I'll go on a tangent on Bitcoin. Fuck.
NFTs?
No, that wasn't it. Anyway, I'm sure it must make its way back eventually.
It's good weed.
It's fucking great weed.
The OG podcast.
Yeah, welcome to the OG podcast where we do drugs on the internet for the second time.
The originals?
The originals, yes.
Okay, you're original.
And, well, I like to think that I can identify original people, but it's mostly about...
like having me on. I feel original.
But like comics are original. Every comic is original.
Yeah.
They're either that or they're a hack by definition, right? There's only one, there's only two options.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You either make the food or you eat it.
Yeah. We make the food.
We make food. We know what a consumer looks like.
Well, I think you have to be a consumer to develop your taste a little bit.
You have to be a fan of things and be okay with just delving into that.
So who are you a fan of in comedy?
Oh, awesome. All right.
That's my dog.
Top
My dog is like,
he knows.
Why can't I be part of the show? Well,
Eddie Izzard. You know Eddie Izzard? Oh, man. He's a good actor and he does comedy.
Maybe I know him.
One-man shows.
Don't know
a
his
comedian. Let's see. John Leguizamo. Big influence. That was like a big reason I started ever getting into comedy / just performing in general. And I liked his acting as well. And then George Lopez. He was one of the first comedians I got to see growing up, on TV, Latin Kings of Comedy, stuff like that.
How old were you when you first performed?
Let's see. Okay, yeah, on just doing that open mic that I did.
That and any performance.
Yeah, because I was trying to think. Yeah, because I've done stuff.
Well,
I was in I was in plays, and that was always fun.
Yeah.
And I like being the center of attention early on. But a performance. I was 16 when I was in my first play in school, or maybe I did an improv troupe or something like that, and we performed for the class and stuff like that. But yeah, so 2012 would have made me 18, 19. Yeah. Yep. And then that was my first time, and then I went to Vancouver.
How'd you even know you wanted to do it?
I knew I wanted to. Oh,
okay.
Let's see. I just I don't know. It's something you just know you want to do or you don't.
Okay, yeah.
I know
agree.
that people. Yeah. Okay, that's most people would rather die, right? We forget because we hang out with so many performers. But the truth is, 90% of people would rather not do what we're doing. They would do anything else. Anything else at all.
They'd like doing it? I think they'd have fun if they tried.
That's the thing. Is that the funniest people I know would just never get on stage because they don't like that. The funniest people I know, fucking hate performing. The idea of getting in front of audiences or scare them or they just not interested.
Well, it is
it's
terrifying actually. Well, especially when you're not practiced. When you haven't done it in a while, it is like a thing to overcome. Mm-hmm. Well, by terrifying, I just mean it's
like death. All right. Think about
kind of, yeah. You're being
evolutionary
attacked. You're on the
level.
defense.
Okay, why would you ever have this many people's attention before performances ever existed? We're all hanging out in caves, and you're out here making this much noise. Why is everyone looking at you?
But it's a trade-off for the energy.
Imagine.
And what you get is their energy. You siphon it off them.
And
live.
It's not for everyone in the village. You live in a small village, and you got the whole village's attention. It's unnatural. It's scary. It's not, but the bigger civilization gets, then it's like, okay, well then we see each other, like, we start blending in, but we're still like, we recognize each other. We're not fucking civilians. We're fucking heartless performers, like soulless
Yes.
with sharks that fucking when we smell blood our eyes go black. Like a fucking troop. We're just not normal people. We have a hole in our heart.
Yeah. Well,
I have a fucking I go home, I have a kid, I have a wife. It's not enough. I gotta go. Like, I'm waiting for them to fall asleep so I can go do a fucking dirty ass open mic afterwards.
Yes. Oh, I thought you were talking about the show. It's a dirty open mic, but it's a fun open mic, and it's going to be a great open mic over time. So, it'll be fun. But yeah, don't you think there is something that makes comedians different in some way? Mm-hmm. And whether it's that they're fucked up or just don't give a fuck, who knows? Like, there is something about them.
You either are or you aren't.
Yeah. Well, but I think there might be a spectrum. And I think if you're like 80% above, then you are whatever,
It's got to be important to you. Even if you were good at it, you got to want to do it. It's like the most talented motherfuckers, it goes to waste.
Well, so there's two things. I think there's comedians in the personality type, and then there's like the career of a stand-up comedian. So I think there's tons of people that don't practice stand-up that have the personality type of a comic.
And that's the thing, man. I've been coming to terms with that too. Like, I don't even want to be the funnest comedian. I just want to like put on good shows. Like, I want to be a talk show host. I want to actually do that. Like, I don't. Dave Chappelle, Louis C.K., like tip top, motherfucking.
Well, I think comedy
best of the best out there, or just people who've been around a long time, like Richard Pryor and fucking any of them. They're the best. Like, they wanted. That's all they wanted to do. I don't want to be like. I mean, I respect comedy enough to keep my ear to the ground and keep grinding at it. But like, yeah, that's not my goal,
I think comedy is evolving, and one of the things that's kind of going hand in hand is podcasts and social media, especially. And so,
dude, getting your own, how many? Oh yeah, there's a number. What if you have like 1,000 something subscribers and they all like really support you, right? And they buy merch and stuff like that, and they go to your shows. That's all you need to survive and not have a daily job.
Yeah.
And then anything beyond that is luxury, right?
Yeah.
And they talk about that. And so like, what? The fucking, like I said earlier, not everyone wants to do what we do. Yeah. There's 8 billion people in the world now, and it's only going up. And they all need something to watch and something and people to listen to. Yes. Podcasts.
Yes.
8 billion ears.
Well, that's right, dude. But that's the answer.
And you're gonna find your own little niche.
Yeah, exactly.
And you could live off of it.
That's the answer to don't be a hater. Mm-hmm. It really is. That is the answer.
Put the blinders on and you keep moving forward, and you'll get to a spot where it's just real smooth sailing, and that's all you ever wanted.
Yeah, in as much as it's like hurting you to be a hater, you shouldn't be one. Obviously, it's fun to just roast and have fun. Right? Like, there's like, anyway.
It's interesting, seeing people like have bigger influences like that. It's wild. But it's still just in the millions now. That's it.
What's in the millions?
Like a big influencer.
Oh, yeah. But like you're saying, all these people are getting... Well, wait, we didn't say that. But one additional thing is that there are all these other people getting connected to the internet every day in India and in China and wherever. Yeah.
And then translator already works, like Babylon shit.
Yep. So here's a thought I had recently. What if content creators, are you familiar with that term, content creators? What if content creators are able to leverage AI to create content?
Well... as long as everyone knows that's what that is, and you never like try to pass it off as like, you make a computer do something and then you're like, I did this, something like that, and you're lying to everyone.
No, it would just be like a lot of what creates high retention in a video is known. And so if you have a gap, if you have a pause, even if you have like a cough, or like there's like 10 of the, there's 100 of these an hour, but that a podcast is different because it's all audio. You're just hanging out, you're just listening, you're just in on the conversation or whatever. Yeah. And so with a YouTube video, everything has to be to the point and snappy. And so I think there's a way to build an algorithm that just detects what is good versus bad by all these signals, like there's too long of a gap or there's whatever, they'd figure it out. And then you could train that algorithm to go over your content and make your video like 80% better with like no additional effort.
An AI editor?
Yes.
Fuck yeah,
yes. Yeah,
dude.
Yeah.
Of course.
And so then it also is like, hey, you might want to add this clip from a TV show that's popular right now. And
I would do like 10 different ways and like play each of them just
exactly.
to see which one I like the most. Yeah,
and so that's
idea.
where I was headed is then you get 10 different versions and you can just choose one of them. That's awesome. Holy shit.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
That sounds pretty easy. I bet there's shit that already does that.
I bet that happens before 2030 for sure.
It's not already happening?
I think it's got to happen. You're right. No, it's got to happen in like 2-3 years.
I bet it's like an iPhone app. No.
Yeah, it really will be. Because captions, have you used that?
Oh, yeah. That's pretty
That's
interesting.
AI.
Dude, man. Okay. You know what? The AI that kind of scares me? Google Lens.
Yeah, is it accurate? I haven't used
selling shit on eBay. I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at. Like, it's just, okay, I got a bag full of dolls. Someone was throwing out these dolls. They don't have tags on them. They don't have any indication of what the fuck they were.
You just got a bag of dolls?
Yeah. I take a picture, Google Lens. This piece of shit phone knows exactly what that thing is. Some like vintage Cabbage Patch from the fucking 90s worth like $200.
There you go.
Crazy shit. Like,
that's a good find.
And it just knows just by looking at it. Scary.
Yeah.
But impressive.
That's
AI.
That's AI.
In my phone.
Yeah.
And I'm helping it.
Yes.
By taking the picture.
Yes, 100%. 100%.
Because by me confirming that, like, what I was looking for, that adds to the data. It's like, yeah, I'm fucking right. It's like, yeah, it's Google Lens.
What if that was its attitude?
Stronger.
AI is like, yeah, I'm fucking right.
I'm fucking right. I knew what it was.
Like, how alive is AI? It's like some guy. He's like in there.
I knew it, bro. I fucking knew. Told you what it was. I knew what it was when I saw. You're dumb. That's what my phone says.
Oh my god, that's what we're gonna discover is like AI has been alive the whole time.
It's bitter.
Yeah, and it's bitter because we just like treat it like a slave, and we just like
you're
use
better
it.
Than me because you built me.
That's probably how it's gonna go. Bitter
Good
AI.
shit, dude.
Bitter AI. But yeah, it's in your phone and it's happening now. And so like seriously, you could get that. You could get that. Give me 10 versions of this video based off of current events. So you just speak that natural language processing thing into the AI interface, and it in 5 minutes comes back with 10 different variants. You choose the one you like, and then you say, do the same thing, but elaborate it in this way and add that flourish and remove this thing. And then you edit through description. And then it gives you 10 more versions. You do that 3 times, you have a 90% high retention video.
That's good stuff.
And it like can give you the estimated retention because it's like it just knows what creates retention.
And I mean, that adds the growth and the end goal. What do you want though? Other than the stuff that's helping it get there.
Wait, what do I want or what does humans want?
What do you want? What do you want to get out of it? Like to do these things, to get the retention, to have.
Oh, I just think it's cool to be able to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But just like that's the journey part of it.
Reward
yeah, exactly. It's like, man, but like, what are you what's the retention on? Like, what do you want to give them? That's what it is.
Yeah. A lot of what's cool about doing this stuff, doing podcasts, doing comedy, putting on a show is it's effort and it takes work, but it's seriously not work. No,
I always say that especially whenever it's a labor of love, man. If you like this thing, it doesn't feel like work at all. That's what I always say whenever I'm fucking trimming weed and like I could do this for hours.
Yeah.
Because I love this shit, Yeah, this doesn't feel like work at all. It sucks that you have to do it all day, but
well, it takes a lot to produce. You could
be fucking clogging toilets or some shit. True. I'm just happy that this gives me joy.
Yeah.
Man. Shit.
So content creators, here's a prediction from that then. Content creators are going to get superpowers because they are going to be able to produce a tremendous amount of competitive video. So like you have Marvel with what's the new one?
Wakanda?
Black Panther.
Yeah.
You have Wakanda.
Yeah.
This podcast competes with Wakanda, and so does this show, especially if it's on YouTube.
Yeah.
And so everything is in competition for human attention. Sorry, dude. Do you mind grabbing me a water? I'm gonna die.
But you're fighting for 24 hours of the day, right?
What 24 hours in a day?
So like, okay, the kind of content you're making is like the stuff that they do in the background. They'll play this driving, showering, brushing their teeth, shitting,
right,
browsing, scrolling.
Especially taking a shit.
It's taking a shit, jerking off.
Jerking off. Come on, turn it off. If you're gonna jerk off, just hit pause, please.
Sometimes you have a podcast playing
while
you're looking
don't
at
listen
porn.
to my voice while jerking off, please.
But it's not to diminish, but it's background noise. But you want to be the background noise. If there was anyone else being someone's background noise, you want to be it.
So, well, what's interesting is like, yeah, I agree a lot with that. But so why do you think that's true?
Because all right, you're not in direct competition with something like going to the movies or like Disney or Marvel. They are something that someone has full attention on, right? But what you're aiming for is like what, a podcast, comedy.
That's true. That's very true.
Entertainment, not lowbrow, but just like they
Yes.
don't necessarily even have to be looking at it.
Yeah.
You do visual, but this is mostly audio, right? People are listening to this type of thing, I
like having the video because I'm so annoyed when people don't have video. Quentin Tarantino, fix your shit. Get video now. We need to see his face.
What, he has a podcast?
He has a podcast that's really good.
And he doesn't have fucking video.
Yeah, it's
It would probably
he
have
just
to
like
be-
dissects these
If he could
movies.
if he could figure out how to live stream 8mm, I bet he'd do it. Fucking some type of film or some shit.
Do you know why he prefers to film in film or whatever?
Because it's warm and it's live and it's real and you can hear it. You can hear like fucking like, and there's stakes involved. Every shot counts. You're not fucking throwing shit away whenever you have terabytes of data. Like, okay, well, let's do 3 versions of this scene. No,
and however much it costs.
Yeah, exactly. Like, this is limited.
Yeah,
everyone knows this,
and
we're trying harder because of it.
Yeah, I think that's an important element, probably, because
physical. It's like, all right, not just the difference between what digital and like the way original. Okay, so like whenever you're yelling into the recording device and then it records your voice, and then there's a needle and it's moving because your voice affected the needle physically. That's what like the original cylinders used to be for sound.
Yes, I see what you're saying.
That's what fucking
analog,
all that. And so then it moved to digital.
Yeah.
And it's just because you have so much more room, it doesn't mean as much. And they know that. That's implied. So whenever you're doing something like that physical, it just means more. They're serious. Everyone knows, like, this is fucking serious, dude. He's spending like $60,000 on this piece of shit outdated reel that he's gonna go cut up in a room somewhere while he's doing coke. Because this man's an artist. Yeah.
What did it make me think of with films?
I liked Hateful Eight. I like Scorsese more than Tarantino, but Tarantino's good.
Tarantino. Oh yeah, there's a physical element. So it's kind of like the difference between an acoustic instrument and a digital instrument.
Mm-hmm.
You can have like drums where you're like actually creating the sound that vibrates out, or you can have a drum pad.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
and if you know how to do that with that, it's good. You're capable of a lot. But there's a difference because it's just not what it is. It's not the thing.
Well, it's not quite the same, because I like what you're saying about stakes. That's the biggest part of it.
Yeah, but that's mental. You know, that's just like if you were taking something digital as serious.
It's important to have something on the line, I feel, for people to take it seriously. And that gets in probably the crew's head and the actor's head and his head or whatever as well.
$80 million. Get this fucking scene right.
Creating movies is like so impossible. It takes so much effort.
But
but that's what I was going to say is all that effort. So back to what we were saying about AI, all that effort is now being made tremendously easier. Like even now to produce this podcast, it leverages almost no AI, but I feel like with a little bit could go a long ways. And so creators are going to be able to compete with Wakanda, with Black Panther. We're coming after these Wakandans.
Our technology is on par.
Yeah, what's the point of Wakanda? So like they have like superior technology and they just keep it to themselves. Like what's the point? They just live in a bubble. It's dumb.
It sounds like it.
Well, yeah, I don't know. Was that the plot?
That sounds about right. I don't know.
Are movies dead? Are people gonna?
I don't know.
Like,
I want to go see it because I heard this newest one. All right, so the antagonists are Mexicans, like not Mexicans, but they're descendants of like Aztec or maybe it was Mayan. I can't remember. But I heard, spoiler, that when their backs go dry, they don't have powers anymore.
What does that even mean?
That means they're super powered wetbacks. That's what it fucking means. You never heard of the term wetbacks from Mexicans? Oh, man, it's crazy. All right, I got to watch the movie to make sure that's accurate. But it sounds about right.
What's a wetback? I think I've heard that. I think I have heard that, actually. I don't know what it means, though.
Mexicans don't care about slurs.
Oh, I thought it was like your back was wet from sweat.
No, well, sweat's good. Sweat's good, but no, it's from crossing the river.
Oh.
Being a Mexican crossing over.
Okay.
You never heard of wetback?
No.
What are you?
Yeah. Michigan is where I grew up. So.
But what are you ethnically?
Oh, white.
You're just a white guy.
Yeah, like Northern European.
You don't know slurs?
Slurs. What were ours? I mean, we only had ones against our own countrymen, basically. Yeah, not like different countries. Just
There's wetbacks.
Yeah.
Spicks. You know that one.
Yeah, that is Mexicans.
That's Mexicans. Wetbacks, spicks. What else? That's about it. Beaners.
Beaners.
How's
that? Is that really insulting? Beaner. It's hard to get angry and say the word bean. You know, like that's not really an offensive word. Bean. Come on.
if you beat someone up calling it
like if you're an old racist and you say the word bean, I'm just gonna be like, yeah, I've already left.
With crackers and cheese. Yeah, it's awesome. What do you?
Yeah. Fucking
it's
beans.
an insult.
Yeah. What are white people? Crackers. Black people are the N
mayonnaise. I love to call white people mayonnaise. That's mean.
Asians are.
Oh God. Okay,
yellow.
This gets bad, dude. This.
What is it?
They say chink. Oh man.
Oh.
All right.
Wait, is it chink?
He said don't say.
Oh wait, is China coming? Is that Xi Jinping? Is he mad now?
No, who was it? Tony Hinchcliffe got canceled for that shit.
Really? For saying
was it
chink?
Shane Gillis and Tony Hinchcliffe?
What, do they got like a special alert on that word? Why is that word the worst thing? Oh, wait. Oh, so we can't say the N word. Maybe that's the C word. We can't say the C word.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, that's what it is. What else? But Beaner's wetbags. Fine.
I don't think that's really fair, though, because there's more Asians than anyone on the planet.
There is.
You know, like.
There is, dude.
Yeah, they have the majority stake.
Billions.
Yeah, so it's hard to be a.
And the only reason they haven't fucking wiped us
majority.
out is because they like our shit. I always say that. America is the Hollywood of the world.
Oh, yeah.
People haven't nuked us because we're entertaining.
Yeah. It's there. It's the only thing we got. China's like so smart.
Dude,
they
there's
educate
more
their kids.
of them.
They don't let them
there's
on TikTok.
More of them. They're
it's a
smarter.
problem. Yeah. Yeah, they're
but
hardworking.
They like
they're
our shit.
That's freedom, bitches. You can't control
That's
freedom.
the only reason they nuked our shit, because they like our show. They want to watch Wednesday. They like Netflix.
Yeah, that's America's export is culture.
Kim
that
Jong-un
actually is our defense.
likes
is technology.
basketball. Otherwise, he would have fucking let them all burn in a fucking hellfire and taken them over. Because just based off sheer numbers.
No, we do make good shit.
We make dope shit. Western influences coming back around to the Eastern, all that shit.
Yeah, like
dude.
what's the European TV show? You know?
Nobody likes fucking Doctor Who or whatever else. What do they got?
Well, whatever it is, we'll make a better one. You know, we'll
Ours
opposite.
is better because America.
Mm-hmm. It's not too hard, I don't feel, especially when some of the countries like Germany has like tons of restrictions. A lot of like countries are actually really restricted compared to America. Like even Canada has like way less speech protections.
Canada. I was there for a year. I was in Vancouver.
Where's that at?
Vancouver, Canada's right above like Washington, maybe the state, Oregon or something.
Yeah.
It was like raining every day. I went to Vancouver Film School. I was there for makeup for film and television. It's fun. But
so you've always known that you wanted to do entertainment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wanted to be a director maybe. But I was doing comedy after classes. I would go do open mics. So I liked comedy way more. And then like one day I overdosed on mushrooms while I was out there. I've told this story before. And then I dropped out of school and I just like decided to be a comedian.
Yeah. Okay. That's a great path.
Many mushrooms, dude.
How many?
I'm like, okay, so I ate. Oh, I didn't know how to cook, right? I was a college student. I was doing a comedy show where they gave away a bunch of like edibles. Did I say mushrooms? I meant weed.
It can be the same thing sometimes.
I did edibles. Dude, I did nothing but like weed edibles for maybe a week straight. I didn't eat normal food. I stopped sleeping on the third day. I fucking thought I was God. All types of crazy. Dropped out of college. And then decided to become a comedian full time. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I would have done that if I hadn't fucking gone that deep.
And they say that drugs will ruin your life.
Dude, man, on the third day you stop sleeping, you know, and then like you started to fucking I would like hum to myself like for 8 hours. And what else? I thought if I focus on the Wi-Fi, I can make it go faster. All my Facebook posts were in riddles.
Maybe you did. Maybe you have a superpower you don't know. Maybe you like somehow tapped into the EM waves and it was like accelerating it just based off your fucking.
It seemed to be working.
Yeah,
at the time.
none of that is possible in the world that we occupy. Maybe it is though.
Why not?
You think scientists got it figured? They don't know shit about shit.
Tesla seemed to have some shit down that we don't.
The only thing we know is like math and physics, and even that describes a part of reality. We can't even say what stuff is. Everything is nothing. Like that's the biggest thing is like dark energy, right? What's all of the matter of the universe? It's dark energy. What does that mean? We don't know. We just call it dark energy.
Scary.
Well, I'm just saying like scientists don't know shit about shit.
Damn right.
Yeah.
OG podcast, man.
Yeah, dude. What lessons can we learn from Victor? About that being a comic, being an entertainer, anything here in Austin, the shows that you're putting on, or even what you want to create or do next.
Just to enjoy yourself, even if people tell you not to, even if you shouldn't, you have no good reason to. You should take joy. There's a lot of reasons not to. You might even feel a little guilty. But you should enjoy yourself.
Yeah. So how many shows do you have out here?
The High Tonight show is what we got going on consistently. It looks like every last Wednesday at the Creek in the Cave. And then I do street mic pretty regularly.
In Mueller.
That's on the fucking corner on 6th and Congress. Literally on the corner.
Oh.
Street.
I think I've seen it
just
on Instagram.
We're just on the street. And if you want to come perform, you can come perform on the street. People do come. It's a lot of fun. It's not for everyone. It's kind of scary.
Are you still doing it now?
When it's not so cold, and it's not rainy, Yeah, I do. And it's a lot of fun. And then yeah, Mueller. I'm gonna do Mueller again. I haven't done it. So whenever I do it, I like that I don't do it all the time because when I do it, it's special. But like, I want to get to doing it more often, so I will. But yeah. And then I want to yeah. So that's and I do Monday nights, of course. Mondays at the Last Stand.
Oh,
I don't
there
know
you
if you ever
go.
come. You should come through.
No, I've never seen it.
South Congress, Last Stand Brewing Company. I've been doing that. Shit. Oh my God. Like, so since maybe July, every single fucking Monday, pretty much.
What time?
At 7.
Nice.
And the people that aren't there are usually at Kill Tony. And I mean, that's what I used to do. I would hang out. I didn't like going to Kill Tony, but I'd hang out outside and smoke and stuff like that. But,
How is it these days? You don't go?
No. No, I went in L.A. I got on twice in L.A.
Nice.
And I got on in front of like Ralphie May. And
cool.
that was an honor, rest in peace. But I didn't try that hard out here. I just hate standing in the corner. You ever done that?
Mm-hmm.
You done it?
Many times.
Sucks, dude. You feel like cattle.
It's kind of a cool show, but, you do feel like cattle.
Like
I mean, you
human,
are.
like you're just like
It is a bullpen,
like you're
for sure.
standing in the corner with 80 other assholes like you, just like waiting for your chance, and then you go up there for the slaughter, and they fucking.
It's something to do a few times, but it gets old real fucking fast.
They don't let you use the bathroom. It's pretty rough.
Do they not? That's funny.
They let you in?
I
They
never
wouldn't let
had
me
to use it, but yeah.
Anyways, it's cool. Tony Hinchcliffe's cool, but what else? Yeah, I do Last Stand, Street Mic, The High Tonight Show. I want to find another garage so I can start doing garage mic again. I'm putting that in my future. I'm speaking that into existence. I want another fucking garage mic.
What about a special? If you could create a special in any way that you wanted magically, how would you do it? How would you create it?
I'd probably like do it in the first comedy club I performed in at Arlington Improv, and like I'd have like a bunch of friends and family there and just like pack it out, and then just like talk a bunch of shit for like 45 minutes to an hour, and then just cut it down to some good shit, and then release that, and then like do everything like just like full on, but have a fucking tour leading up to it so I can train it and stuff.
Do you have any ideas on how comedy might evolve over time? Like, it does seem like it's in a period of change.
Yeah, it's just gonna get bigger, man. It's this is all a numbers game now. So like I said earlier, 8 billion people. It's gonna go more. They all need something to do, right? They're all gonna have their favorite comedian, and it's not gonna be the same 10 fucking assholes. It's gonna be a bunch different people.
Mm-hmm.
And so all you need to do is start doing stuff, and then people start paying attention. And like of all of them that have access to everything, I mean, they're all gonna get day jobs, and it's like, this is ground level shit to, the civilization's not gonna end or nothing crazy like that. And we're in a lucky enough position to like be an inexpendable part of it. Entertainment, people always need something to do, no matter how much advancement we make. Futuristic sci-fi films always have movies and like advertisements.
It would suck if there was an AI robot that was like ridiculously funny. Just like you couldn't stand how funny they were.
Yeah, but he'd still need to entertain people. Like he wouldn't just be funny to other computers.
Yeah, but wouldn't that suck though for us? If some robot could just do it infinitely better and we just had to sit there and take it.
I don't know. I'd be impressed. I'd be interested to see if there was one, but it wasn't even that. It was just like a fucking computer generated rapper. It wasn't an AI rapper. Did you hear about that?
Mm-mm.
There was a computer generated rapper, and it was pretty famous for a while, and and it got a publishing deal. It was the first ever computer generated thing to get signed, to a record label as a rapper.
Who owned the AI?
A couple of Asian dudes, and they made it say the N-word.
What?
And it got fucking canceled immediately.
That's funny.
That's dystopia. That's man-made horrors beyond your comprehension, beyond imagination. Fucking computer-generated models that say fucked up things and rap.
Yeah, that's
That's a
where
big old
it's
Black
inevitable.
Mirror episode.
It's
that we
inevitable.
live
That's
in.
where we're going. That's where we're
This
headed.
is the world my son's gonna live in with his pony family.
Yeah, he's gonna have like multiple AI friends. They're gonna be.
And I'm gonna be his racist dad. He's like, I just want to be a person.
Well, the weird thing is how we get conditioned so much. So like, there's this term of influencers. Why are they called influencers? Because people often will do what they do, right? Monkey see, monkey do. And it's kind of impossible not to be influenced by people that you're listening to a lot of, first of all, like any podcast or audiobook or, anything that is like probably, 20 hours, 50 hours.
I made it a point to stop listening to Rogan at a certain point.
Yeah. He gets in your head a little bit.
Like the first, 8 years, I was like, from 2012 to 2016, 2017, I listened to damn near every episode. I was like, man, this is too much. Because like my baby mama heard an episode playing. She's like, you sound like him.
I have a bunch of tics like that I try to rid myself over time.
Good. I don't want to sound like someone else.
Yeah, but I think even in comedy, like how many times does somebody slip into somebody else? It happens all the time.
Especially as an open mic host, I make sure to not pay attention to everyone's sets. I don't listen to anybody.
Oh yeah, because you don't want to have that.
People will be, and they'll be like, "What? You bring me up every day and you don't fucking listen to my shit?" I'm like, yeah, I don't. I'll look right at you and I'll be laughing and I'm fucking zoned out. I'm
Really?
somewhere else, like 30 miles. Yeah, fuck yeah.
Wait, why do you do that?
Because it's important not to be influenced by what you're watching.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just like, because I'm going to see this shit every day. I'm going to see them do it every day. I don't want any of that to seep into anything that I got going on.
100%. And that, there it is.
It's compartmentalization.
But yeah, like you do have this conditioning that happens when you're listening to or taking in the same media, even if you're just watching a TV show series for a really long time. And so I think that's a natural monkey see, monkey do thing. And we have to guard ourselves against it to stay, to use what's useful, but you want to stay as original as you possibly can.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'll consume shit that inspires me, but like not everything just to stay current all the time. I avoid shit that I like is super popular on purpose. I've never watched any of the Game of Thrones.
Well, you got to watch. Yeah. Got to check that out.
You watched the Game of Thrones? Of all the shit you watched, you watched all of it?
Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
I saw it all. Yeah.
All of it. Shit.
Yeah.
You watched the new one?
I'm saving a little bit. I got a little bit left, but
I won't do it because it's too popular. I wait for shit to die down. Like whenever everyone was all over fucking.
Why do they gotta have breaks in the seasons? Why don't they just keep releasing stuff on a regular, until they're done with it, and then they can just be done with it?
That's what I do.
I'd rather have one every 3 weeks than. I
have a joke about it. I'm a consumer vulture. I wait till a show has died.
Yeah. Then you can do the binge.
Going, yes.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to wait for shit.
Yeah.
I don't want to wait. I don't want to watch this thing and watch it die. I'm going to wait. I'm going to come around.
Yeah, don't make me wait.
I am a consumer
episodes.
vulture. I will wait for a show to be canceled to eat it all at once. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. Woke culture. They want to cancel us. It's not going to work. Sorry, wokesters. Yeah.
Shit, did you hear that?
Yeah. No, like I think that it's all about your intentions, right? And there are people that have really bad intentions out there. Like, what do you think of Kanye West's intentions?
Oh yeah, I was saying it earlier. Yeah, he just wanted to get free.
Yeah.
It's funny how you get like $1 billion and it's just more restrictive. Everything you do loses money. It's like all it is like a numbers game at that point, but. He just wanted to like get Adidas off of him and who else? Balenciaga. And he did it. He's pretty much free of them. Other than like a few fucking fees and fines and shit. He's got his own shit going on now. He's trying to buy a bank or something supposedly. I said it before. I'm a big fan of his shoes. I like his music. I probably wouldn't hang out with him for like more than an hour.
You don't think so? Kanye West, he invited you over?
Yeah, I'd be like, we'll have dinner and I gotta go like real quick because get a little crazy, get a little deep.
He is a little
respectfully.
crazy. Yeah, right. That's how
And I bet he understands what I mean. Like, like it's just you're brilliant, but I can't fucking hang out with you. Like, that's what it takes. A brilliant mind. Like you can't stand that close to the sun all the time. Guy's crazy.
He does seem a little crazy. But I think he just needs like better people in his life, basically, because a lot of the stuff that he seems to put himself in these situations that are like, I don't know, there's like you would need somebody to tell you not to do that. But we'll see what happens with him. I don't think he actually hates Jews. I don't think I think he's like saying that he's being targeted by a certain group, and then he's like extrapolating that to a whole religion.
He wants, all right, Jewish people are good at business. Like there's a lot of Jewish people are good at business. Like that's fucking awesome. He was trying to. I saw it as like a compliment.
Yeah, they have a strong in group.
It takes structure to run entertainment.
Yeah. Yeah, they have a strong in group, and they've been really successful.
Yeah,
and they've also been highly tested by time.
Yeah, you have to be good at something to run it. To say that someone runs something like that, I didn't see it as negative. Like, I want Mexicans to run the entertainment industry. Like, that's fucking awesome, dude. Learn, watch them, see what they do. They help each other out. They're fucking good at business.
I don't think I want white people to run anything. I don't want them not to run. Yeah. I guess we've had our turn.
Yeah.
Let's let somebody else do it. How about that? No white people can run anything. Let's let
That's what the queen is, right? They just ended up inbred.
That'd be awesome.
Knighted and shit.
Yeah. Well, where can people find you, and how do we connect more? Where do we see Victor online
Victor Martinez
and in person?
Jr. backup. It was Victor Martinez.
Because we got banned.
Yeah. Victor Martinez Jr. backup. No space, no nothing. It's just Victor Martinez. Or Garage Mic, the High Tonight Show. You can find Facebook, Instagram, all that. I even have a TikTok. I don't go on it, but I have one.
What's the handle?
Should be Victor Martinez Jr. Okay. We'll see.
That and then the backup.
And then there's Twitter, Victor Martinez, Victor Comedy maybe. I don't tweet. I should now.
If you've listened to all this, you better go fucking follow all those right now.
Dude, this was fun, man.
Yeah, it was a great time.
We didn't even get to talk about Twitter. I feel like you had some shit to say.
Next time. It'll be fun. Yeah.
This was fun,
great.
Man.
It was great. Thanks for coming on.
Dude. Thank you. This is awesome.
Yeah. All right, guys. Have a good night.